What's this? What'd you and Rob do last night?
Well, since it was our anniversary, we thought we'd celebrating birthdays today. Michael J. Fox turned 26. Harry Hamlin Kerr is 35. And Spuds McKenzie is 56 with Robin Leach here.
Is there a doctor in the house?
This woman is having a merry heart attack.
People are buying more Twizzlers for Leonard Maltin.
If she doesn't receive immediate medical attention, she'll go into permanent syndication.
In medical news, I just received 200 cc's of lidocaine and had these electrodes attached to my chest.
Learn and recognize the early warning signs. An uncontrollable crossing and uncrossing of legs. Excessive perkiness. And an annoying preoccupation with the superficial.
And Rob Lowe's favorite Beatle is Ringo.
Please help. Call your local Merry Heart Association today. Because just one merry heart is too many.
Okay, I'll buy that. By the way, Don Stoddard has asked me to apologize for yesterday's show. It's 10:08 at WINZ. Now, he didn't really ask me to. I just thought that the very least I could do, out of just common decency for the audience, would be to... I didn't even hear it. You know, I was at Calder. I had a great day. Got in there for the fourth race, and there was Charlie Hussey with that first-time start. Is there anybody in the audience who believes that the new numbers work? They must work, because I see there are lines flashing already. You know, the only problem is they didn't change the numbers on the instrument. Why didn't they do that? That would have made it... By the way, I'm going to read your memo on the air in just a minute. Mark Griffin, who has already embarrassed himself with that one of those recordings that we played back during the Hallandale days, has outdone himself with a memo that is so incredible that it's unbelievable. It starts out, to all personal, and it gets worse from there. Okay, that's the best part. That's the most literate part of the memo. But I'm going to save that for later because we always save the good stuff for last. Okay, now it's kind of fascinating. I'm sitting here and watching. There are a couple of lines ringing, but the wrong numbers are ringing. What do you think happened to the old number? Do you think that there's some little old lady in North Miami Beach who's got the old number? And some little old schlepper up in Tamarack has got the Broward number. Wouldn't that be exciting? I wonder what happens when you dial 624-0191. I'll let you know in just a second. It says, I'm sorry, but the station that you're calling is off the air. What does that mean? 0191 has been changed. Oh, isn't that good? 624-9400. Excellent. I wonder if that's the same woman who spills the tea, the one who gives you the numbers on the phone. I mean, that's not done with a machine. There is an actual woman who records all of those, right? How the hell does she have time to do that? It's always the same woman. If you go to Anchorage, Alaska, the same woman says the number you're calling. Where the hell, what did they do with her? They got her locked in a time tunnel somewhere? Have you ever thought about that? Do you realize how many new numbers there are in town? Seriously, stop and think about that. There are thousands of new numbers probably every week. And this woman, this overworked, abused woman, probably slave labor. She's sitting inside a little room somewhere. You know where she probably is? I bet anything she's in there with Harper. She's locked in the same room with Harper, and they throw like a hamburger under the door every couple of hours, and they keep the two of them locked in it. Yeah, this is it. Now, this is the same genius who wrote the memo that I just read on the air, folks. So figure it out. We don't want to get the wood upset.
Unless you're 100 years, don't move to Hollandale. If the people there took a driver's test, they'll fail. Lincolns and caddies with their dashes too high. They can't see the road, no matter how they try. Blue hairs, small men, old folks. Early bird specials are plagued by these near-death folks wanting anything that's cheap. Nail down the silverware, chain up the sweet and low when the condo's commando hits. Out the door it goes. Big purses, shopping bags, express lanes at grocery stores where 10 things are below. Don't stop the folks in Hallandale with their carts packed up full load. They push and shove and ride it, check and hurry on their way. They drive home 2 miles, a trip to last all day. Obnoxious, rude folks. They listen to Neil Rogers' show on Winds Radio. Neanderthal their stupid comments from their mouth flow. They bitch to the town council about this awful mail and wonder why Neil Rogers says these things about Highlandale. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't even get caught dead in Highlandale. Bye now.
He keeps singing.
Good luck.
He's going to be caught dead in Carroll City, I'll tell you that. Is that embarrassing or what?
Neil Rogers.
Does she really say on 624? What is that all about? Has she been standing online in the tea store, or what is with that? I don't understand her at all. Okay, we have 2 open lines still in Dade. Serious, will you? See, I should have known. He wants to talk about the governor. What is with these people anyway? Do they listen to this show? They probably want to talk about the governor. Then Lee was doing a poll on the hot clothing, hot stuff, about surgery potential.
This is the time of year when everyone's a wee bit Irish. Say, Colleen, would you be wanting to come over to my place to help me wax my shillelagh?
Oh, now that I would, Michael Patrick, if you be wearing the green.
I know, there's a smart lassie. She's making sure her laddie's wearing the Kelly Green protection of leopard condoms. Don't be wishing on a four-leaf clover or falling for the gift of gab, especially if you're planning on kissing some blarney stones or what have you. Be doubling your protection with leopard condoms. They're strong enough for a man.
But I like them too.
So, get yourself a leopard condom, and you won't be catching anything else.
Obviously, you could not have intercourse with her. You told me that 15 minutes later you were in the shower weeping and saying to God, "Oh God, I've been with a whore."
Okay, 10:32 at WINZ. I'm wondering if we ought to continue. This is kind of fun, just going through the whole rack and especially picking out stuff that you have no idea. Let's see, is there anybody in Broward that wants to hear more of this stuff, or they want us to take calls? Let's see from the Broward people. I want to hear hidden stuff from the rack that we just come across in here, like all of Ira's good stuff. Is there anybody who wants to hear it? All 3 of them within like 3 seconds. That must be Ira calling, huh? Hey, listen, might as well play his material because he never plays it. I never hear him playing all that stuff. He always just sitting there screaming and yelling and carrying on about injustice and poverty and racism and all this other stuff that he makes up in his mind, There's no injustice. There's no poverty, right? And there's certainly no racism. We know that, having listened to Taffy for the last 8 months. Okay, I wonder what this is. This ought to be really good. This ought to be great.
I feel as though we've met before.
Wait a minute, I thought that's what we just had on a minute ago. It sounds like the same one, doesn't it? Well, wait till he starts playing these carts on the air, if he ever does. They're all going to be stuck in the middle.
I haven't been to work in a week. The bills are still coming in. I have no money to pay for them.
Boy, you're telling me, kid. I don't even know what I'm going to tell that insurance man.
What insurance man?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I made an application with an insurance salesman for a policy on your life.
A policy on my life? What for?
Well, you just said so yourself, Ralph. What for? You're sick and there's no money coming in. And it could be worse. Listen, Ralph, I'll speak very plain. If you should die today, where would I be?
Where would you be? Where would you be? Where would I be?
Listen, Ralph, I'm only thinking of the future, and you know you're not getting any younger.
I'm not getting any younger. I'm not getting any younger.
Don't say it, Ralph.
I'll say it. When we got married, I was the one that had to get my mother's permission.
Don't get cute with me, Ralph. Don't get cute with me. Everybody knows it's a husband's duty to provide for his wife's future.
That's it. Just kind of like ends in the middle of the sentence there. Well, what the hell is that? Holy Toledo. Is that today's mail? Oh, it's not as bad. It's just the way you're carrying it. He likes to be emotional with all this stuff to make it look like there are 50,000 envelopes for the Boon in a box. It's just one more here. Wait a minute. What is this?
Time was 1960. And the place was Newport News, Tidewater Town, in old Virginia. The man, the boy, the child, the soul was me. I sentenced you to 20 years.
Yeah, that's enough of that. How long is that? Oh, that's not a long cart. That's one. I think I'll let that re-cue so Ira doesn't get all hysterical and upset, emotional. Okay, so you got some good mail there, huh? Boy, look at that. Probably ought to bring in John Holden to help us open some of that. Okay, well, I think we're going to take calls when we come back because the lines have been ringing with a sense of urgency that I've seldom seen, and even though Kyle's going to be very depressed about it, I think we ought to, we haven't even given the numbers out, and they're going nuts out there today. Okay, let me give the numbers one more time, just in case there's anybody who's doesn't on you immediately, if not sooner, to slam the phone down with incredible urgency, okay? So we don't take messages. We don't have time for messages. We do have one open line in Dade at 624-9400. 624-9400. Boy, there's some really bizarre mail here today. Here's one in Japanese. I treasured your picture like a child with a toy. Ooh. Okay, we can't we can't read that one on the air. Boy, we got all kinds of good stuff. Okay, let's start in Miami. Mr. Boonbox is on here. Hello.
Morning.
Yes.
Good. Originally, I had called to see if anybody had seen Pat Boone on the Larry King Show. I heard the answer to that. Now I'm just wondering, Uncle Neil, if I can have my article back.
I knew you'd be getting nervous.
My friends knew that I had sent, brought it over to you.
Yeah.
And they wanted to see it and said, where is it? Everybody's got an article but me.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to get nervous if we keep it a couple of more days, are you?
Not a big deal.
No.
Just so long as you know I'm still alive.
If you no, don't worry about it. We're guarding it with our lives. And as a matter of fact, when we've ordered 100 copies from Hustler, and when the copies come in, we're going to send you a brand new one, because the other one, I mean, not that it's in bad shape, but we feel that the least we can do is send you a virgin copy.
You're a heck of a guy.
Isn't that something?
That's something. Thank you, Neil.
Just enjoy the weekend knowing that you're giving a lot of people out there a humongous laugh.
Believe me, I do.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's the guy who supplied the Boone in the Box picture originally. Boy, this mail today is really exciting. We got a postcard from Florence, Italy from Steve What's-His-Name, the guy who used to do talk in this town and who's kind of in limbo now. He always sends me a picture of these statues, these Italian statues with the penises. Yeah, he always, every time he goes to Italy. He's grabbing it, yeah. In fact, the one statue looks just like Steve now that you mention it. But, yeah, he's got that thing, and he always says, well, this is, just because I know you'd enjoy this humor, but I'm beginning to wonder, after about the 14th statue. You begin to really wonder. Then we have a little button here. That's good. Good stuff. Boy, this mail today, it's like something you get out of a junk shop. Uh-oh, I thought it was Major coming in. It's worse. It's worse. It's Harrison. What do you want? Oh, that's good. World record game fishes. Yeah, don't let him do my show when I'm on vacation, please. He's going to do game fish. He'll do another one of those, what do they call those tournaments? Billfish tournaments. Yeah, he'll be doing that for 4 hours on this show. Get him out of here. Hollywood, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Here, I have those phone numbers for Palm Beach for the Herald.
Thank you. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. Ready?
Okay, North Palm Beach.
Oh, you mean there's more than one?
There's two.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay, North Palm Beach.
86.
What is it?
686.
686.
2883.
2883.
And South Palm Beach is 272. 2883.
Great. Well, you did a great pubic service for us.
Oh, always glad to help and get rid of the Herald.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, now all you stiffs up there in Palm Beach County, it's about time you got involved in something, too. And, of course, if you're offended by the fact that the Herald has turned into a yellow sheet, and also by the fact that they are pandering so desperately. I mean, they admit now that they're pandering. They're desperate for circulation. They're running around screaming in Spanish, please, buy the Herald. And if you'd rather read the Palm Beach Post-Times or the Sun Sentinel or the News or whatever, anything, or even the New York Times, which I'll give that toll-free number out again if you'd like to have the New York Times delivered right to your door every morning. And it shows up double-bagged. Even at the supermarket, they don't double-bag anymore, but the New York Times gives you that double blue bag. You can call the Times at toll-free 1-800-631-2500 for home delivery. 1-800-631-2500. And just say no to the Herald by calling today and saying, hasta luego, cancel my Herald subscription. In South Palm Beach, call 272-2883. 2883. That's 272-2883. And in North Palm Beach, do they hear us in North Palm Beach? Of course they do. They hear us all the way up to Stewart. Boy, that's exciting. 686-2883. That's for North Palm Beach. 686-2883. And, of course, we know that Estee Lauder's listening. Please, whatever you do, say no to the Herald for us this weekend. Probably listening at the Kennedy compound, too, today, right? Of course. Miami Beach, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was in my car yesterday about 3:30, and I turned on the radio, and it was on your channel, and I hear the Michael Jackson tape, and I said, what's going on? Neil's supposed to be at Calder. And it goes off, and it's not you. I don't think you're safe in your own station there with your material, huh? They're ripping you off all over the dial and then in your own house.
Yeah, never trust any of these people. That's what I always say. I'm going to start locking all my stuff up.
Well, I tell you what I think you should do to protect your station. They should put a disclaimer on before these guys come on and tell you that if you're driving your car, you should turn it off because they could put you to sleep and it might cause an accident or something. I don't think you're going to get much of a price on Leo Castillo. I think a lot of people know what you know.
Yeah, well, plus it's an entry with Gulch, so it's probably going to be a short price.
I think so, but I don't think Gulch is going to win it.
No, but I'd rather cash than tear them up,
Absolutely, anytime. Hope to see you out of Calder sometime, Neil.
Okay, I'll be there Sunday.
Okay, sir, thank you.
I'll look for you. Yeah, I'm going to take about a couple 100,000 out there on Sunday, which means I got to find a Brinks truck between now and then. And just go nuts. See, Mike Gonzalez had another couple of winners yesterday. Boy, is he going to have a meeting at Calder or what? Soto and Gonzalez. Trust me, just plunge your brains out on Santiago Soto and Mike Gonzalez, and you'll go home a rich puppy by the end of the summer. Hallandale, hello.
Yeah, I just want to say I enjoy your tapes much. And I'd like to make a request.
What is that, sir?
Telephone Man, if you have it.
Telephone Man, that's one of my favorite records.
Sure, appreciate hearing it.
But I don't have it. Maybe the FM has got it. We'll try to find it.
All right.
Thanks.
Good day.
Where did you come up with that record? That's one of my all-time favorite records. Boy, I love that record. There's an open line in Dade, 624-9400. Let's go with great trepidation to Hallandale. Hello. Hello? I guess Sonny hung up. Yeah, I knew there would be no... See, I just knew ahead of time. Don't trust Hallandale. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to the news earlier on the station, and I just about fell over when I heard that Winn-Dixie and some of these other stores are banning Cosmopolitan magazine.
Yeah, Winn-Dixie and Pubics.
From their racks because they had pictures of women's nude breasts. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah. Give us a break is right.
I just can't believe this.
Yeah, in fact, I have the story right here. The Publix and Winn-Dixie companies have both pulled 2 magazines showing pictures of women's naked breasts off the shelves of their supermarkets in South Florida. The banned publications are the June issues of Cosmopolitan and Glamour. So I have a feeling that everybody's going to be running to Albertsons or Sun or something else to get copies of them.
I don't know. Hello?
Yeah. Okay, there he goes. He just ran out of material. I had a feeling he had run out. He's just speechless. Probably saw one of those breasts. 12 minutes before 11 at WINZ. Probably saw the Boone in the Box picture. You'd be speechless, too. Okay, we have an open line in Broward now, 524-9400. We're not going for quality today. We're going for quantity. We want a lot of calls. They don't have to even be good. And, of course, so far, Green Acres City, wherever the hell that is. Hello?
Good morning, Neil.
Where are you?
This is just west of Lake Worth.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're up here, and I got...
Aging rapidly, no doubt.
Pardon?
Aging rapidly.
Well, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
So far, I haven't... Speaking of so far, we got some petitions. My address is Lake Worth, so if you look for Green Acres City in your records, you wouldn't find it, but we got some petitions, and I was over at a shopping center nearby, and some yenta from Century Village tore up one of my petitions. So they're listening over there. I had the so far petition, and she said, "You listen to Neil Rogers?" I said, yeah. I listened to him, and she took it and ripped it up.
Unbelievable.
And
should have taken her and ripped her up.
Well, I was going to hit her, but it's like you run out of. I just couldn't get that you know, I figured she's gone soon anyway, so what's the difference? I had a stiff from the Herald come to my door, and I sent him away, told him I wouldn't buy his rag, and I get the New York Times weekly publication on the record, because I can't read it in print anyway, so it doesn't matter, because I'm totally blind, but you are able to get the New York Times through if somebody's listening who can't see, and you can get the New York Times weekly news service through your local library, although they won't print Playboy for you anymore. The Congress said it wasn't right for the Library of Congress to...
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, that was great, I'll tell you.
They were afraid you might feel something that would get you excited.
Now, I found another number, by the way, for Say No to the Herald. In addition to the one that the lady gave, I called information, got the number for circulation for the Herald in West Palm is 689-3033.
3033?
Affirmative.
For West Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's I asked for the circulation number, and I called there, and they answered circulation. So.
Excellent. Okay.
So that's another one that people can use up, and we'll try to resuscitate Green Acres and get a few people breathing up here.
Okay.
Try to keep it going for you.
Thanks a lot for your help.
All right.
See you later. West Palm Beach, if you'd like to say no to the Herald, 689-3033. And speaking of that, here right in my hot little hand, there's a gentleman in Fort Lauderdale who sent to so far his endorsed check, his refund check of $20.66 from the Miami Herald. Didn't we instruct the folks to do this some time ago? And they're slowly but surely beginning to get into the act. And he also sent us additional checks there for so far, and even radio aid, which is incredible. And we thank him from the bowels of our existence, from the depths of our innards. We have a woman in a mobile phone. I can't believe it. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Great.
Great. Yeah, I'm in a mobile phone. This is my life, my home. I drive around the car all day long.
Incredible.
Yeah, right now. And I love your show. I want to tell you that after you go off, I don't know what the hell to do with myself all day. It's desperate. Anyway, what I want to talk about was this magazine crap. Taking the magazines off the Cosmopolitan and all that. And I was thinking to myself, they had some children's magazines. So now older men might, take these magazines and start getting crazy ideas about kids.
Yeah, that's right. We better get those out of there, too.
I really think they have a Sesame Street book that might be very dangerous.
Yeah, somebody might get hot for Big Bird.
Exactly. Big Bird, or they might see a kid and say, oh, why, this kid reads like the Sesame Street book, and we have a lot of problems. So I came up with the idea that just ban all magazines. Don't have magazines in the stores.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe the next time we go into Winn-Dixie or Publix, we ought to take all the magazines and burn them.
Exactly. We can take them up to the front counter and say, look, I don't want this. I don't want to look at it. I don't want my children seeing it. I think it's a great idea. But I do have one thing I was wondering if other women felt the way I did. I didn't see the Cosmopolitan magazine. I don't buy it. It's a garbage book anyway. But, there's a level of intelligence that goes with that magazine. But why would a magazine that deals with women want to put a picture of women's breasts on the magazine? Women don't give a damn what other women's breasts look like. Why would they cater to a woman?
Maybe they're trying to cater to a lesbian readership out there.
Okay. Well, if you read the magazine,
See, I never thought about that.
And I will. In the dentist's office, and there's nothing else around but that. It really caters to a sub-intellectual level.
Yeah.
Bad news. But anyway, I think we got to take Sesame Street off the counter, and I think that's the next step. Something you should work on.
Okay, we're going to get over to Winn-Dixie and Publix this afternoon and see what we can do about
it. Start, picketing against the Sesame Street.
Okay, we'll also be on the alert for any bag boys with earrings, too.
Oh, right. On the left side or the right? I forget which one it is.
Either one.
Okay, just the one.
And
I love you, Shay. You're a knockout. You really are.
Okay, drive with care now.
Thank you. Thanks for keeping me alive in the car.
Okay, look out for those pigs.
I sure do.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
As a matter of fact, there's going to be inspection at all Publix stores today. All the bag boys... They're going to be checking for earrings, and not just in the ears either, by the way. So you really better clean house. 6 minutes before 11 at WINZ. We ought to do one more break this hour just to see how it works.
There's nothing worse than being at loose ends about things. That feeling that things just aren't right, but you can't figure out why. Maybe it's stress. Or maybe you're pushing too hard and you can't sleep.
10:55 at WINZ. Don't forget to take your life savings and plunge your brains out on Leo Castilli in the Belmont tomorrow. Get 2 for the price of 1. Leo Castilli and Gulch, the Leroy Jolly entry. So I would bet at least a couple of bucks to show. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hello,
How you doing?
Neil.
Yes.
I just wanted to compliment you on your format. It's improving every minute.
By every moment.
Every moment. I'll tell you, when I listen to some of the other talk hosts, it's murders and AIDS and clothing, stolen clothing.
Stolen clothing. Yeah, Lee's taking a poll on that today. I don't want anybody to miss it.
Uninteresting. Your show is like me going to a nightclub entertainment. I don't have to go to nightclub. I can listen to your...
Yeah, the price is right on this show.
Beautiful. Every verbal, everything's coming out beautiful. Letting it hang out, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that's what Pat Boone said. Although in his case it wasn't beautiful, but nothing in life is perfect, right? Boy, I think we just have time to play Mark Griffin's Ode to Hallandale before the end of the hour. I see he's up there messing with that. In fact, we could do a lot of wild things because he's changing the logger tape. That's always the time. When you see them doing that out of the corner of your eye, that's always the time to let loose with a few good ones, you know? Do we have that, or did somebody steal that, too? First they stole the memo, and next thing you know, they're going to be stealing this masterpiece. No chance, boy. We wouldn't turn this loose. This is going to be on the FM tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Part of their new format. Okay, it's... Well, listen, wasn't that good enough? No, come on.
Unless you're 100 years, don't move to Hollandale. If the people there took a driver's test, they'll fail.
By the way, it's his birthday today, so we wish him happy birthday, but... do we want to play any more of this on his birthday? Can he handle him? No? Okay.
Lincolns and caddies with their dashes too high. They can't see the road no matter how they try. Blue hairs, bald men,
douchebags,
folks. Early bird specials are plagued by these near-death folks wanting anything that's cheap.
Oh, I played this under the news headlines, Mike. Look out.
Chain up the sweet and know when the condo's commando hits. Out the door it goes.
Yeah, you can say that again. Okay, well, that's going to do it for this hour. And, of course, what can I say that hasn't already been said about that? Mike Wolf is here all alone. Don't get panicky now with local and area news headlines. You know, those of you who are into quiz shows, boy, we got a special surprise for you in the noon hour. Our guest in the 12 o'clock hour is going to be the late Jack Berry.
Now, Colonel North, let me try and get this straight.
All right, Senator.
Your testimony is that Bob McFarland had a plan to get some Contra aid.
That is correct, sir. He'd sell our weapons to Iran to get that Contra aid.
With a plane load here?
And a plane load there.
Here a load?
There a load.
Everywhere a plane load?
That's right. Bob McFarland had a plan to get some Contra aid.
So old McFarland had that plot to get that Contra dough.
Yes, but when the going got too hot, he couldn't take no more.
A Valium here.
And a Valium there.
Here a pill.
There a pill.
Everywhere a downer.
Bob McFarland had the plan to get some Contra aid.
Yes, I see. Well, thank you for clearing this matter up, Colonel North.
And thank you, Senator.
And I would advise your counsel that before any further testimony is heard, you have that piano tuned.
Yes, sir, of course.
It's 11:07 at WINZ. We're going to be continuing our live coverage of the Iran Gate hearings in the next hour when Jack Berry shows up. Okay, when you were a little kid, did you watch, well, you're not old enough, Winky Dink and You with Jack Berry? You did watch that. You had one of those little, of course, your screen was probably black, right? You had one of those black screens you put over and couldn't see Jack Berry anymore. That's our Rasta Jew in the other room. He just can't figure out what he wants to be. In fact, next week I heard he's going to convert and become white next week, which is really going to be a trip. That's going to be great. Hollywood, hello.
Hello, Neil.
How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, and you?
Okay.
I'm calling from Hollywood. It's the first time I'm calling.
Well, nobody's perfect, sir.
Yeah, congratulations on your show. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
And did you watch the game last night?
Oh, I watched a lot of that game, yeah. In fact, I watched it right till the end because I was in my glory. I loved every second of it.
Oh, I hated it.
Why?
I'm a Boston fan.
Well, yeah, but you realize that you're outmatched, you're outclassed, you're in a different league.
Well, these first two games, yeah, I'll agree with you, but...
Well, what do you think is going to change when they go to the Garden? You think something is going to change?
Oh, come on. You know it does now.
Oh, not in this case.
You don't think so?
I mean, when they're playing marginal teams like Detroit and they can get, pay off the officials, that's one thing.
Oh, well, I think that...
Red Auerbach doesn't have enough money to pay off enough people to, fix this.
I don't know.
Oh, you think he does?
Detroit would have beat the Lakers if they had gone to the finals. And so would Milwaukee. But I don't think Boston... But the other thing, Boston...
wait a minute. So in other words, you're admitting, even though you're a Celtics fan, that Detroit and Milwaukee were better teams than the Celtics.
Yeah, but they couldn't beat them. They had more people. And they were playing a better kind of ball, but, when they...
Well, let me ask you a stupid question. I mean, I know it's illegal, but people have been known to bet a dime or two in town. You don't bet on basketball, do you?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay, now, are you going to be betting on the Celtics in the third game?
Well, I'll be betting for the Celtics for the next 4 games, and I think they're going to...
Oh, come on. Now, who did you bet on the first 2 games?
I didn't bet those games. I thought they were going to lose the first 2.
Oh, in other words, so you're right on schedule?
So far, yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're not used to going down 2 games to nothing, but...
No.
For all those L.A. Lakers fans...
Wait till they go down 3 games to nothing, then they're really going to not be used to it. And when they get behind 4 games to nothing, then they're really in for a surprise. Because then the surprise is there's no 5th game.
I think they got the Lakers just where they want them now,
Yeah, exactly. Ahead 2 games to nothing, and they're bringing them into Boston. What are they going to do, tranquilize them or something?
Well, things change now when you get to Boston.
What are they going to do, jam them all into Roxbury and get them locked up in there or something?
No, that little leprechaun will be right on the rim there, knocking all the balls.
Yeah, well, I have a line for that, but I better not use it.
Oh. Okay, well.
Something about the rim. Well, listen, good luck to you, and may the good news be yours.
Yeah, all those Laker fans, I'm sorry, but I think...
I know. Okay. Okay. We should have gotten his number. Boy, I bet we'd probably burn out the lines with people anxious to bet with that guy, right? Boy, a fool and his money are soon parted. It's interesting what you wrote on. Was that a Freudian slip? You wrote wet boca. Hello.
Good morning, Neil. It's not wet here, but I'm sure it will be soon.
Well, if you keep listening to this show long enough, sir.
That's right. Listen, there were 2 talk shows yesterday, 2 call-in shows that I was very disappointed weren't taking calls. One was on your station, one was on CNN. The one on your station was your close personal friend Don Stotter's show.
Oh, that was a great show, man. And we apologize for it. Never again.
Well, I was all expecting him to talk about what he does and all that, and then the second part of the show...
He can't talk about what he does.
Yeah, well, the second part of the show, he had all these publicists on there, and that's nice. That was pretty easy for him. And the first part was something about juvenile delinquency, but I wanted to call in and ask him why he doesn't review any current movies on the air. He just reviews movies that have been out already for 2 months.
That's because Don is juvenile and delinquent.
Well, I was curious about that. The other thing was your other close personal friend, Larry King.
Oh, I have so many of them, yeah.
On CNN.
What's the question, sir?
Did you catch him with Pat Boone last night?
No, I forgot about it. We went out to eat, and I forgot to set my VCR.
It was unbelievable. Some bozo did manage to call in and tell him what a great job he did stealing, Little Richard and Fats Domino songs.
Are you serious?
And King, to use your term, was tinkling all over him. What a great interpreter of rock and roll he is. I sat there and I thought I was hallucinating. I thought it was an acid flashback. I thought maybe the Firesign Theater was writing material for
Orson Welles lives, sir. In Larry King's body.
I couldn't believe it, but I was dying for the opportunity to call through to King and mention something about someone in Miami distributing pictures of Mr. Boone's genitalia. And I was very disappointed I didn't have the opportunity to do so, because I think it would have been nice not only to let Pat know or let the world know Pat's past, but also, a little shot at King and let him try and figure out who in Miami on the radio...
Oh, he would know.
Wouldn't know?
Yeah, he would know.
Oh, he would know. Well, great. So, but it was pretty bizarre. Boone was on for like a quick minute, and then they had Gore Vidal on, which was just really wonderful.
It's a good thing Gore didn't get a hold of one of those pictures.
And it was just too much. It was too much. By the way, I got a survey in the mail today from my congressman wanting to know what I feel about different issues, defense spending, Social Security, blah, blah, blah. He didn't have a write-in spot in there, but I made my own, and I wrote something that he should start paying attention to at the FCC is doing to First Amendment rights. So it's a good idea. This time of year, well, not necessarily this time of year, but just generally, Congress people like to send these things out since they can't do that for nothing anyway with their mail privileges. So your audience probably would be real smart if they would do their own write-ins on that as well.
Well, I'm all in favor of mail privileges, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Okay, hang in there.
Yeah, bye.
See you later.
On a day like today.
How you doing, Pat? How they hanging?
Pass the time.
Okay, get him off of here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here he is in spite of popular demand. Boy, you sure picked a good day to come in, man. They're all 3 sheets to the wind today. Don't start, on a sour note. Let's
What is
really
that
do it.
stinking thing you have in your hand? You know, no matter how many times I give you good cigars, I mean really good, expensive and inexpensive cigars, it doesn't do any good. The next time I see you, you've lit up one of the worst.
You see this card I got in the mail today? Signed Love Steve from our friend Mr. King in Florence, Italy.
Really?
Yeah, I had torn it up, but I put it back together for you.
He's over there, but he's still
Every time he goes
salary,
over there, he sees these statues, and he just gets hysterical, and he always writes me a card and says it reminds him of me. And unfortunately, I'm not quite as well endowed as that one statue there, but the guy's just incredible.
How do you know this is Steve King?
I know. Oh. The nose knows.
Oh, okay.
Because he's done this in the past. And the fun begins, he says, when he comes back.
Oh.
He's in for a big surprise. The fun begins on Monday when Stan Major, who's sitting to my right with no cigar, as a matter of fact, which is very rare. Is that an omen?
No, it's my first day in the building, so I decided I'd be a nice
Didn't want
guy.
to stink it up?
Well, I certainly am not going to smoke that putrid piece of crap you got coming out of your mouth, I'll tell you that. Man, I'll tell you, I'm a cigar connoisseur, and when somebody runs me out of a studio, Well, how are you, Neil? You sure have changed,
We ran you into
Neil.
the studio last night.
Oh, yeah, that
Studio
was
restaurant.
good. That was good. About 10 pounds more than when I walked in the door, I think. And thank God you didn't tell me about the dessert tray until it was time for desserts, or I would have waited.
You won't believe this, but the Brick Oven Pizzeria is sending food over at noon today. Just in honor of you being there.
Lord. You're really different, Neil, and I got to tell you this.
Yes.
I don't know whether or not you're really intimidating, and I don't know whether I can follow you.
Okay, get lost.
No,
there he
I
goes,
won't,
ladies
I
and
won't
gentlemen.
do that.
The shortest hit. Well, of course, you've done a lot of jobs like that. I guess a lot of us have. I once was hired at WBUD in Trenton, New Jersey to be the PD. Seriously. And I accepted the job, and I looked around the town, and I came back, and I had left something in the station, like a resume or something. I came back and got it, and I left. Kind of like that sales manager who was here on Tuesday for about 15 minutes.
You're not going to believe this, but
I don't believe it.
Exactly the same thing happened to me.
Did really?
In Trenton. Same radio station.
WBUD?
Same radio. Out
was
in the
that old
country.
guy with the white hair, the guy who looked like
a lady owned it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's about 2 or 3 miles out in the country. The only way you get any place is either have a car or ask for a ride from somebody. I didn't happen to have a car at the time. Mine was repossessed. So I asked one of the
salesmen. Yours was repossessed? Is this a way to begin, to come back?
I mean, we're talking
repossessed?
about 1909. Come on, we're talking about way back.
About
20 years.
2 years ago.
So I went into the city, and I didn't even go back to get my resume. I let them have my resume. I got on a train and went back to Chicago. Anyway, how are you? You sure do sound different.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. What are you taking?
Anything I can get, which is not a lot these days, I'll tell you. Very
you're
careful.
saying all these naughty words on the radio that...
well, if you can't do it, at least you can talk about it.
Oh, yeah, right.
You can say it.
Yeah, well...
Like what, douchebag?
No, you can't say douchebag on the air.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, he's no Taffy McCallum, folks. So when are you going to call Nixon? Are we going to get to hear that?
No,
we're not
going to
tell you one thing. If you play that tape on the air, man, I'm leaving.
Why?
I mean,
I can't do that because
you've made a career out of that one accident, and it was an accident.
Snooze would have to give me permission.
No, they wouldn't. No, that was under previous ownership. That company has been dissolved.
Oh, really?
Sure.
You mean I can play my Al Rantel tapes too?
Of course, anything you like. That company no longer exists. Or you tape Alice? Probably steal his material, right?
No, I don't. Not anymore. Not after listening to you. I'm going to steal all yours.
Okay.
I'm going to come in here and play your cart rack every afternoon.
Fine with me. You don't have to have any fear. Now, when Glenn Hill plays it again, it's going to be the end. You can play it, but not Glenn Hill. It just bugs me when he gets his grubby hands in a rack and starts... Did you hear what he did yesterday with that Michael Jackson glove, and he played the wrong... What do you mean on Channel 10? Wait a minute. Hello?
Yeah?
Davey?
Yes.
What does this mean on Channel 10?
Well, last night, I guess when you were out to eat, they had the Scared Straight 10 years later.
Yeah.
They ran it unbleeped.
Yeah, of course, with all the words. That's what I said the other day. If you put it on in the form of a documentary, the same words that are allegedly harmful are no longer harmful. But if you just say them in the middle of a show, then all of a sudden people are going to start falling out, passing out in the middle of the street from the same words.
Or if it's a direct quote that somebody else said,
yeah, then it's okay.
You can say it.
Don't say it.
And because, I'm sure there were kids watching that from 8 to 10.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that whole thing, that program is aimed at kids, right? To keep them out of jail.
I was just surprised because I never heard that kind of language on a regular network station.
Well, does that show you the hypocrisy of the FCC? What a bunch of
it just aggravates me because they give you guys
douchebags they are.
Aggravation, and then, I just figured maybe they're going to go test case and see what's going to happen.
No, that's aired like that before, and nobody gets excited. It's just like all the breasts on PBS. As long as they're from a third world country, you can show all the breasts you want. They're American women with large breasts, then immediately they're going to put you in jail.
Well, that was on last night, by the way, on one of the channels.
What?
I don't know, that movie about the dinosaurs. No, the movie about the dinosaurs, where they had all the native...
dinosaurs with naked breasts?
No, the native ladies. No, I don't know what channel that is.
Oh, wait a minute.
I couldn't figure out
here's somebody, an unincorporated date who's upset over waiting so long. Is that what this says? Are you upset?
Yeah.
What are you upset about?
The Celtics, they didn't lose by 40. They were supposed to.
Oh,
they've been invaded by body snatchers.
The Lakers didn't cover?
The Lakers didn't do a good enough job covering them. I used to be a Celtics fan up until Saturday's game. The last 17 seconds of the game were disgraceful.
Yes.
And you didn't put my spot on Wednesday about the Celtics.
What spot?
I called you up and talked to you. I told you I bet on the game with my sister.
Yeah.
You didn't run it. Why?
Didn't run what? What is he talking about? What do you mean I didn't run the call? What do you think we do, tape the calls? What are you talking about? Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Is your
brain damage?
You beat me to the punch. Huh?
I think I've had your show on too long.
Okay, well, go listen to Lee Fowler. He's taking a good poll today. Okay, we have some open lines if you want to talk to Stan Major and find out what the hell he's going to do here.
Well, I'm not going to be here that long.
What do you mean?
I've
Where are you going now?
Tour. No, I have to take the tour. Mark's waiting for me.
Screw him.
Take the tour.
Tell him to get lost.
I can't do that. He just hired me.
Who cares?
You can do that. You got 7.
No, he's got
zilch.
He's got memos to type in here. Tell him to get lost.
Is he typing?
Leave us alone in here, Mark.
Does he still write memos? No. I have some memos in Philadelphia that are classic.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Let's blackmail him with them. Okay, we have an open line in Broward, 524-9400. And a couple of open lines in Dade, 624-9400. It's 1122 at WINC. Peter, where are my cards? Where's my stuff? Oh, man, I'm telling you, these people on the FM, they pretend. They pretend that they want to share. But I'm a little nervous, They're hiding, old Gonzer's back there, hiding all the good stuff until Monday. He wants to play it first on Monday morning, right? I know the way those FM people are. They're insecure and paranoid and very jittery. And, of course, if you've seen the book, you understand why. Okay, 22 past 11 it wins. Let's do a break, and we'll come right back. Also very upset over the way. What's this, the new tactic now to get on fast? Hello.
Hello.
Are you upset?
No, I'm not upset.
Okay, hold on then. No, I'm just kidding.
Just called in or something because he asked me what city, the same thing they ask you when you first call.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got a question for you. It seems that you're asking for people's opinions on the air, like the other day when you were talking about this Kuwaiti oil thing. And I got on the air and I had a different opinion.
Wait a minute. I wasn't talking about it in the first place. Are you the guy that called in and said, are you talking? I said, wasn't talking about it.
No, that day you were definitely talking about it.
Wrong.
You were talking about whether or not who died were or heroes.
Wrong. No, I wasn't talking. You got the wrong show, pal. Get lost.
The guy wanted to. He had a bet with his buddy that he could keep you on the phone for 2 minutes.
Well, he was wrong. Yeah, guy's nuts. Look what you did to the phone now. You got the Glenn Hill magic. All of a sudden, the phones have almost all gone out.
But that's no big deal.
I'm serious.
I've destroyed your program before. by walking into the studio.
Come on, folks, let's get with it here. What the hell do you think this is?
Continue to destroy your
time?
program in the future.
Siesta time. Let me give those numbers again, and the lines aren't full.
Well, mention my name so they know who's here.
Okay, Steve Kane is here. Barry Farber. Would you settle for Stan Major? What do you mean mention your name? I've been promoting the hell out of you all week. You better do a good show Monday.
God, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Don't tell Mark Kuhn that.
Well, let's talk about Don Johnson.
Yeah, you're obsessed with Miami Vice, by the way. Just obsessed. Is there any young ladies in the audience?
I came back.
Are there any young ladies in the audience, by the way, who'd like a date this weekend? Stan basically only works in radio to get dates on the air.
I need movers this weekend is what I really need.
Oh, movers and then dates next week.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's try Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, did you want to go out with Stan? No, I don't think you're his type. Go ahead.
Hello, is Neil?
Yeah.
Hi, Neil. How you doing? My name's Mark.
How you doing, Mark?
Listen, I wanted to talk about the Scared Straight program that was on last night.
Okay, we don't use names on the air, Mark. Okay.
Okay. Did you feel that was real?
I didn't see it. I saw it the first time, which is years ago, like 10 years ago.
Right.
It was real, yeah.
And the whole purpose behind that is to have inmates more or less scare kids and not doing any crime.
Scare the crap out of them, right.
Is that correct? They're supposed to just be there to scare them so they don't do any crimes?
Yeah, and you notice that we have no kids committing crime in America today, so it obviously is very effective.
Well, I am speaking from experience. I have been in prison. I am presently incarcerated. I am here for something that I did not do. I was in prison for something I did not do.
Yeah.
Okay? All it takes is for someone to sign a statement against you. Okay? And you're going to be arrested and you're going to be thrown in jail. And you're going to stay in jail. And you might even be convicted of something you didn't do, and you're going to go to prison. And 10 years, 15 years down the road, they figure out, well, this guy isn't the one that did it. Well, let's let him out. But you got to go through all that aggravation and all that torture and all the mental and the physical abuse you have to put up with in prison. All right? And I don't think that show, I mean, it needs to be updated. I mean, it needs to be, they need to have people like me that's been to prison for something we didn't do and talking to the American people and tell them. I mean, you could be walking down the street tomorrow and they can arrest you because somebody said that you robbed them.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to jail and you're going to stay in jail until you prove you didn't rob that man. Now, is this right? I mean, they're complaining about overcrowding. The jails are packed. They got people sleeping on the floors. I mean, it's not right.
Good luck. Good luck to you, Mark. 29 past 11 at WINZ, and I mean, what do you want me to say to him?
Well, he forgot one little thing that he didn't mention at all. And
now he's going to start. Mr. Right Wing here is going to start.
No, he mentioned. He didn't mention at all the justice system and the fact that you face trial.
God.
You know.
Do you want to?
Well, you heard what he said. He said you're arrested and you go to jail.
You got to understand,
in this country, you're not arrested and go to jail.
Daffy's
right?
audience. Well, I'm not going to argue with him. The guy's obviously in a traumatic situation.
Think he's in Fort Lauderdale?
Bundy. Do you want to fry him? Because Daffy's audience, you know, all 10 of them are sitting out there, all those old bags, very nervous because they don't know where you're coming from. They think it's probably another raving liberal that I brought in here. I mean, this man sleeps with his Ronald Reagan doll every night.
Ted Bundy should not even have been, he shouldn't have seen the second day in a jail. Some police officer, some very smart, some very astute police officer should have pulled out his .357 Magnum and blowed Bundy off the face of the earth about 10 minutes after he was arrested. In fact, I wouldn't even have gotten Bundy to the police station. That's what I would have done with Ted Bundy. Okay?
That's our new liberal.
Think of all the money we would have saved the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Do you know what it has cost?
Like Christopher Wilder.
In trials
they did the right thing with Wilder, didn't they? They blew him away. Right?
Who's Wilder?
Oh, that's right. You haven't been down here. He was the guy that was kidnapping the girls down here, and they finally, in New England, they found him, and...
when was that?
Oh, about a year ago, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
No, it's more, a couple of years now, I guess.
When you're out in Phoenix for a year...
Who is really Wilder? Oh, that's right. You were in Phoenix with Tom Don't Like Us.
I don't even want to talk about Phoenix, man.
You don't want to talk about Tom Don't Like Us. I know that. I'm telling you, there's something going on between Major and Tom Don't Like Us. Because he won't talk about the guy. He just refuses to say anything.
Well, I can say nice things about Phoenix. Except they don't have any water.
See what I mean? It's just like Segreto the other day. Every time I'd mention Rick Weaver, it was like his hearing aid went off.
Is Rick Weaver still alive?
Yeah. Boy, does he need a bath, I'm telling you.
I mean, he hasn't bathed since Peoria?
No.
Oh, okay.
Since Buffalo.
Oh, all right. Your show's great, Neil. Too bad I dropped in. I was enjoying it in the car before I came in.
No, I think you ought to, you haven't been here for 7 years now. Of course, Stan made his mark by making an accidental call, and he's made a whole career out of his phone call to Richard Nixon and San Clemente. He made a whole career out of it. It was incredible. We went on the air in late April. Was it April? Late March or April of 78.
Let's talk about old times on the Neil Rogers. Who cares,
See, he'd like to forget about him. See, he is embarrassed the way he milked that accident. It was an accident. Who gave you that number, by the way?
Mickey Dane.
Who's with a B gave him the number. Remember Who's with a B?
No,
is
Mickey,
it Bobby
Mickey
or Betty or is it...
You're going to remember this. Mickey sent Mrs. Nixon a bouquet of roses for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Nixon sent Mickey a telegram thanking her.
Yeah.
What Mrs. Nixon didn't know
I think
was
somebody
that,
slipped her a Mickey, if you ask me.
Well, what Mrs. Nixon didn't know, Pat Nixon, was that they put the phone number on the telegram.
Yeah.
Where the call originated from.
And Mickey, of course, being as devious as she is, put a spell on Pat Nixon, who then turned into a frog. And while hopping through the wind's atrium, then turned into Stanley J. Cohen, which is incredible. And since then, Mickey has turned Stanley back into a frog.
I'll bet you do not know how this atrium came into being.
Well, I know that Dick Casper built this building.
Yeah, Dick Casper built the building, but he had the atrium put in because there were times when he couldn't find the John.
Well, Casper always had that problem.
Let's talk about the Miami Herald. How do I subscribe?
I want to tell you one thing. If you subscribe to the Herald, you could have the shortest shift in the history of radio.
I have to read the paper. I haven't been here for 7 years.
You haven't seen the thing that Linda Thornton did.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything.
Well, if our lackey is not too busy in the programming office, maybe he could dig into our little box there and find the Herald article. She did a pretty nice thing about you, and she said that Taffy basically was, never stole a freight train, but she was boring.
Uh-huh.
And she was. Taffy was terminal, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm going to be boring. I am. I'm going to be absolutely boring. In fact, I have decided that for the first week I'm not going to take any calls. I mean, I don't want to talk to these people who are, and all they're going to say is how wonderful it is that I'm back in Miami, right?
You're a breath of, well, you should set some ground rules. You should say you don't want to hear anybody say you're a breath of fresh air.
Okay.
They might say you're
First
a breath
ground
of stale
rule
air.
is that you cannot call the program if you are under the age of 60.
If you're under the age of 60.
Under the age of 60, you cannot call the program.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope Mark's listening. We're going to reconsider this whole move.
And the second thing is we're going to say nothing but negative things about Neil Rogers for an entire week.
That's okay. I'm used to that. He's looking for all of Daffy's old misfits. Boy, they're going to be in a feeding frenzy. We'll probably get Sam and Marcy to call. Huh? No?
What was the incident?
Well, listen, I got a break to do while you're getting all excited there. What?
What's she mean when it says previously cooled down after incisive talk host Neil Rogers signed off at 2 p.m.?
You notice he's not even speaking into the mic.
Okay, I thought she was talking about something else.
Is this your first?
Hey, they got John Panita's
to a
picture
radio
out
station?
of it. This was a picture. Guy came out from the Herald and took a whole set of
and then they always take the worst one
for the Tropic.
Yeah.
No, they were going to do a Tropic story on me.
Oh, just be glad they didn't.
Before I left.
Did you ever see the one they did on me?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, well, come on. Look, if they're not going to print 300,000 wonderful things about you,
fat,
you think
bald, atheist,
they got
homosexual.
The name right. They got the name right.
And I'm not bald.
He's not going to let me read this story.
All right, let me do a break while Stan is reading the story. And if you've liked him so far, just wait.
Hi, this is Ron Harrison. How would you and the family like to take off for 3 days? Well, if you take off to the Durrell Hotel and Country Club, you won't be disappointed. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a golf vacation, a beach vacation, and a spa vacation all rolled into one 3-day vacation of fun. It's the Durrell's 3 for Fun Family Vacation. Golf for Dad at the Durrell Hotel and Country Club. The beach and Atlantic Ocean for the kids at the Durrell Hotel on the Ocean. And a beautiful experience for Mom, the new world-class Durrell Saturnia Spa Resort. Your one key at the Durrell Hotel and Country Club opens the door to guest privileges to all the Durrells of Florida, in Miami, all close by. And they're all offering something different for each member of the family. And at a super price, just $62.50 per person per night, double occupancy, with a 2-night minimum, and no charge for children. Come out to the Durrell Hotel and Country Club. Spend the weekend with me. I'll be broadcasting there June 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. That's the Durrell Hotel and Country Club. Call them at 592-2000. 592-2000. The Durrell Hotel and Country Club. But hurry, rooms are limited.
Welcome, car shoppers and car buyers, to the price fight of the century.
Yes, it's the price fight of the century at both the Orange Bowl and Lockhart Stadium, with thousands of cars and trucks in all weight classes. Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Oldsmobile, Dodge, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Acura, Suzuki, Isuzu, Buick, Subaru, AMC, Jeep, Renault, and hundreds of used cars battling for your business.
There'll be championship deals this weekend as these price fighters square off with factory incentives from select dealers like no money down, no payments till 88, 0% APR financing, cash rebates up to $1,200, free factory options, $2,500 guaranteed trade-in on any used car purchase, plus a Discovery Cruise worth $59 while they last with every car or truck demonstration.
And now, wait, who's this stepping into the ring? Why, it's you coming down this weekend to the price fight of the century at 2 locations, both the Orange Bowl and Lockhart Stadium.
And the winner is you!
94 News wins.
Silence! Joan of Arc, have you a last request?
Jeff, give me a light.
Burn it!
I'm at the crowd light.
Yeah, when you're looking for a light beer with a lot more taste than this commercial, ask for it by name. Crud Light.
Well, Comrade Gorbachev, this looks like a fine nuclear weapons treaty.
Bah, let us toast.
Good idea. Give me a light. No, wait. I need a Crud Light. Oh.
Crud Light. Ask for it by name or else.
22 before noon at WINZ.
Boy, that was really exciting, Neil. Do I get to play those two on my show?
No.
Good.
So what do you think of Linda Thornton's article there?
Well, I think
exciting,
it's wonderful, and you know,
she was pretty nice.
Well, I want to meet this young lady quickly.
She's already spoken.
Oh, okay. I saw Michelle last night. I love Michelle. She looks great.
Here we go. Next, he'll be back on Connie Hicks. Have you tracked her down again?
Where is she?
You know, the one thing about Stan that's always amazed me, Stan has these phantom...
Like Ted Bundy, I have good taste in pointy-headed brunettes, right?
Phantom mystery romances in his own mind. In other words, he has
right now
romantic involvements with people who don't even know who he is.
It's Don Johnson.
Yeah, don't start that rumor. Boy, that's all we need.
Why? That I love Don Johnson? And the only reason I returned to Miami was to seduce Don Johnson?
Yeah, no, we don't need any more of that.
Why?
It's bad for my image.
What's it got to do with you?
Nothing.
Huh?
Personally, he needs to shave first.
Who, Johnson?
Yeah.
He can do anything he wants to as far as I'm concerned.
Oh. Yeah, I think there is something. I think in your advanced age, you're beginning to develop...
There are only 2 men in my lifetime that I would go to bed with. James Dean and Don Johnson.
Well, I would start on James Dean because he can't fight back. Now, what is that all about?
What's that? The Don Johnson thing?
No, either one of them. I mean, what is that all about? You're such a notorious womanizer.
Yeah,
I mean that. I mean, the man is...
See, I would try to explain to you, but you don't know who Laurie Singer is. Will somebody please tell him who Laurie Singer is?
I know who Bruce Singer is.
He hasn't the slightest idea who this young lady is. She came out of Fame, and she's the hottest female actress in Hollywood.
What does she have to do with James Dean and Don Johnson?
I'm just telling you. She did the video with Don Johnson. This 30-minute video, that's Don Johnson and Laurie Singer. Now, my problem is, if I was offered my choice of either Don Johnson or Laurie Singer to go to bed with, as a guy who's perfectly straight and loves women, I'd have a real problem making that decision.
finally got to him, friends. It's taken years.
I can't believe. I mean, if somebody else told me this, then I wouldn't probably find it as amusing. But this is hysterical. Is there something there that I'm missing?
No, I like Don Johnson. What can I tell you? Man's beautiful.
Well, I'm telling you one thing. The first person we're going to get you to is our optometrist over on University Drive. I mean, let's get serious. If Don would shave.
On my show, I'm going to institute a Miami Vice filming hotline.
You're obsessed with Miami Vice.
Well, listen, when you're in places like Phoenix and Philadelphia, you watch Miami Vice. It's a good show. You never watched it because you were extremely jealous of its success because it was on at the same time you were on at night.
Yeah, and you know what?
And you're always
I'm not on at night anymore. What's
about
the excuse now? What's my excuse now?
I don't know.
Miami Vice
I got hooked on it from the first show.
Miami Vice is passé in Miami. Don't you understand that? Maybe big in Phoenix.
Fine. That's fine, but a lot of people
The most
are
exciting
still
thing they do
coming
in Phoenix
into this
is go out and sit on cacti.
No, they eat Mexican food.
And then they go out and sit on
right.
a cactus.
Right.
Yeah.
Do a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of them hang around the cactus here, too, but that's another story.
Don't you want to inform the people here where they can see Philip Michael Thomas and Don Johnson when they come in?
I want to tell the audience.
It's a big tourist attraction.
A little inside story about this man. He came into town, last weekend?
Yeah.
Last weekend, begging for this job. And anyway, while he was here, the only thing he was calling frantically, he called Paul Steinberg, the former state senator, and everybody who's ever been invented, trying to find out where they were filming Miami Vice. And as it turned out, they weren't filming last week.
That's right, but I did get a couple of names of people who are going to help me, and we're going to inform the tourists now.
I don't care about
Miami.
Together with Don Johnson?
No, we're going to inform people. We're going to have a hotline saying, if you want to see the filming of Miami Vice today, here's where they're going to be. We're going to do that every day.
If there are any other guys in the audience who want to go to bed with Don Johnson, let's hear from them.
Sandra Santiago is not
There's
bad.
6 lines lit up already.
Sandra Santiago's all right, too.
You know, Don Johnson lives on Star Island. You do know that.
You told me.
Yeah, it's true.
And I've been trying to get out there ever since.
They won't let you out there, especially now. No chance. Was that a guy who... Oh, that was Don Johnson with a crank call. He was... They're passing messages. Major and Johnson are passing messages back and forth. We taped the call.
Wish.
We taped the call, by the way. So you came down here, you expected to see all of the phoniness that they put on in that show.
Oh, no.
All the Art Deco and pink.
Not
and
at all. Listen, I lived here. I knew that.
I know what got to you with the Miami Vice and Don Johnson. When you see all of those pink buildings, that Art Deco stuff, your wrist starts to go limp after you see enough of that Art Deco stuff. That's what got you off the beaten path, so to speak.
No, so the most famous line about Miami Vice was, if Miami really looked like Miami Vice, everybody in the world would be moving there. Well, I decided to try it.
And it doesn't look like that.
Not yet.
Remember the tour? I gave you that guided tour of South Florida last weekend, and you just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but I went back and did it right when I went to Bayside.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, listen, I'll just get up and walk out. You can do an hour on Bayside.
Can you believe this man has never been inside Bayside, friends? How many years has he been here?
Yeah.
And he's never been inside Bayside, and there was no way that I could convince him to go inside Bayside. I love Baltimore's Inner Harbor.
If Don Johnson would have been here, I wouldn't have gone inside.
If Robbie Benson was there, you would have.
Well, that's another story.
Bayside is fantastic.
My
what do you think Bayside really is, since you've never been in there and you have no concept of what it is?
It's a place where a bunch of desperate people go to cruise each other. The only problem is in Miami, nothing ever happens because the people here are so antisocial, they cruise with blinders on like a horse in a horse race.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't
with
see
you
each
there.
other.
I know,
Very unfriendly.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, it's true.
Except for the police.
They're very friendly.
Their eyes are, going out the sides of their heads.
So you got busted at Bayside?
No, Bayside is
You will
fantastic.
be busted at Bayside. You realize that?
When I walked in there, the whole aura of Miami changed. And
what does that mean?
It became alive.
What are you, a shill for Bayside now?
It became a living,
Is your show going to be sponsored by Bayside?
You can drive down Collins Avenue, go to the beach, you can go to South Beach, and then come over to Bayside, and it's an entirely different completely different civilization. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get you down there. What do we have to do? Import Robbie Benson and have him do a show down there to get you down there?
Robbie Benson is an old man.
Okay.
Who looks like a 10-year-old kid, okay?
All right. Well, who...
Aren't you always suspicious of an old person who looks like they're 10 years old?
I don't know who you have a crush on at this stage, so I can't, but I did hear you mention Robbie Benson the other day.
It's only an ugly rumor, folks. Don't believe anything that this man says. You're going to have Don Johnson on Monday?
Yep.
I bet you if you called Marlon Bailey today, he'll get you Don Johnson as a guest on your show.
I'm going to keep promoting him until he comes on.
And then what?
Then I'm going to seduce him. And then I'm going to start in on Sandra Santiago, Olivia Brown, Edward James Olmos, Philip Michael Thomas. We're just going to go down the list.
Yeah. In other words, what you want to do is you want to screw the whole cast of Miami Vice. Isn't that what it comes down to? Isn't that what it boils down to? You want to screw the whole cast of Miami Vice?
No, I really love the show. It's a dynamite show, and the only thing that bugs me is that they had this dynamite character called the Noob Man in the first season, and they never brought him back. And, I want to find out about that. But let's not talk about Miami Vice anymore. Like you say, it's passé down here. It's very big in Philadelphia and Phoenix, man, and Chicago. They love it, But it's passé down here. And, what are you looking for? I'm not going to sit here and stall while he looks in the cart rack. I'm going to shut my mouth.
Hey, look, they're used to it.
It's your show.
They're used to it. We leave a little dead air every now and then. They feel like they're listening to WJR in Detroit. The great voice of the Great Lakes.
Okay. Didn't you always want to be one of those guys?
No, I never had that kind of a voice. You do. You could have done that.
Oh, listen, I used to hear these guys on KMOX when I was growing up. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Mm-hmm. Never had the testicles to be able to do that kind of thing. Well, you can't say balls on the air, can you, unless you talk about basketball? Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, let's do another break because this man
do something because he can't find what he wants in the cart rack.
No, I can't find it. Probably Glenn Hill stole it all yesterday.
A long-awaited phenomenon is about to take place.
Okay, 10 before noon at WINZ. Neil Rogers with you till 2. When who's on today? Ernie Sochin is going to be on today. He's going to be holding early pre-sundown services this afternoon. It's going to be beanies and weenies on the Ernie Sochin show. Stan Major is here, just wasting a lot of time. And if there's anybody in the audience who wants to call in who's also infatuated with any of the Miami Vice cast, we would certainly invite that. Homestead, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
Welcome back, Stan.
Thank you.
Wow, you two guys together, what a binella, as they say.
A what?
A binella.
Binella, yeah.
The thing with Don Johnson I can fairly relate to because I'm a closet hetero myself, but my wife's little sister is, has the typical infatuation, and being that she lives in Orlando and not here, she thinks that's what Miami is really like. And I was up there last weekend. By the way, her little sister is 18. I'm not talking like a, pedophile.
Yeah, sure, that's what they all say. It's always 18.
Don, I buy her rum runner drinks rather than candy or anything like that when we go out to dinner, but Don has a new poster, I think it's new, where he's in his white suit soaking wet standing in the surf, and his clothes have almost turned transparent.
Oh, really? Stan's got to have one of those immediately.
Lying on her bed,
immediately.
She has it attached to the window shade, so when the old folks come in, she can whip it up the wall. And I was saying, thinking, maybe as a package deal, her and Don, I can see Stan's point or something like that. Though Stan doesn't know her, though I'll send him a picture of her also. But
in the same kind of outfit?
She is a good girl, so the theory goes. I'm tremendously attracted to her, but I maintain my...
That's okay, sir. I understand.
Anyway, it's really great. You're really a breath of fresh air in this area.
Uh-oh, he did it.
And what I like...
Already, he's a breath of fresh air. I can't believe it.
I can hardly wait.
How old are you, sir?
I beg your pardon?
How old are you?
Pretty old.
Oh, no, come on. I'm 51. How old are you?
Younger than you are.
Well, are you 45?
No, I'm not.
40?
No, I'm not. I'm breathing heavily in the neighborhood. You sound like someone in a bar or something. I don't like younger women to ask me that either.
Well, there's a big country and western hit out right now by a guy named Eddie Raven that's for guys like you and me, sir. It's called You're Never Too Young for Old Love.
Well,
Or is it the other way around?
I'm married to a younger woman.
No, you're never too old for young love.
Yeah.
Excuse me, friends.
Get it right.
I try to mean.
God, I hope the Herald's not listening.
People usually guess about 10 years younger than I am, so it's still flattering to look in the mirror with.
Yeah, they do consider me to be in my 30s.
I saw your photograph in the paper. I see that old frown is still there. And
yeah. Never leaves his face.
Good old John Pineda. I didn't know they still had those slides.
And
that's a picture that never made it into the Tropic because I left during the Mario boat lift.
You don't know what you missed. One serious thing.
Please.
Are you in contact, or do you have any idea what has ever become of Penn Jones?
Oh, God.
Penn Jones.
I'm leaving.
Or have you given up like I did?
Here we go.
No, I haven't given up.
Curiosity. I've given up. I packed all my...
All right, if you shut up, I'll tell you what happened.
Yes.
Penn Jones married a younger woman, and she retired him out of the JFK assassination investigations. He even does not have a telephone.
Yeah,
now.
her name is Caroline Kennedy, by the way.
She told him, Penn fell in love with her, and she said, I'll marry you, but this Kennedy thing is too much, and you're not going to if we get married, you're not going to have anything more to do with it. And by God, he did it.
Well, that happens to me sometimes also, because I discuss it with my wife, and after a while she just says, well, look, I was like, 5 years old when this happened, and I don't...
Well, I wonder what Don Johnson thinks about the Kennedy assassination.
Probably nothing.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, welcome back.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Okay. I'm delighted we got one call on Neil's show.
What is that? What is that mic for? He gets his own mic? He hasn't even started yet, and he gets his own mic. How do you like that? They figure with me it doesn't make any difference because there's nothing going to help.
What kind of a mic is that?
I think that's Alan Burke's old mic. And you saw his numbers right before they took him off
Is that the one that Mark has
I would resist that
over in the control room?
Yeah, Mark has a little button. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Yeah, I hear you guys are real big Rick Weaver fans.
Oh, yeah. He's my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, I met him on the coast.
Criminal.
Rick hasn't seen a bar coast in 10 years.
I worked with Rick.
And if he did see one, he wouldn't know what to do with it.
I worked with Rick in Quincy, Illinois.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Was he as nice of a guy then as he is now? Was he as modest?
Well, he was just out of Ohio State where he played some kind of football position.
Without a helmet.
Linebacker.
That's a personality of I'm really not sure what the adjective would be.
A dead frog, sir.
Oh. Well, what do you think of his play-by-play, though?
Well, I must admit, he does a pretty decent job as long as the Dolphins are winning.
And what do you think? Didn't you used to work with Sonny Hirsch over at KAT?
Yeah.
What is this, 20 questions?
No, 19.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
this is the guy that's winning the bet, by the way, that he keeps you on the line for 2 minutes.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Is Sonny a good guy, Neil?
Sonny's a great guy.
What do you think of...
He's lazy, but he's a good guy.
What do you mean by lazy?
He doesn't like to work.
He seems to know his baseball.
I didn't say he doesn't know. I said he's a good guy. I mean, nobody's perfect. He doesn't like to work. Sonny would rather just, wander through life kind of aimlessly. And he's doing a great job of it. Look where he's working.
Why didn't Tony say anything about what happened to him?
He did. What are you talking about? Are your ears working, sir?
Bet, man.
Tony did like a half an hour in IOD. He ripped them to pieces. Mercilessly.
I must have missed I only heard him last.
Oh, no. After Tony was on, they had to put Mike Anthony into a straitjacket after that show.
Guys were debating who was the third Notre Dame quarterback. That was real fascinating.
Yeah, that was exciting. Almost as exciting as this call.
Well, hey, we all do the best we can.
I know. Well, listen, give Rick a kiss for me, will you, please?
Let me ask you one other question.
Okay.
What about Sagaki? How'd you...
What about Joe? Joe is stuck in monotone. They have Joe's brain locked in a room with Bill Casey's.
You both guys are Hurricane Percy or people?
Yeah.
All righty. Take care.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. What a call that was, huh? What the hell is going on in here, man? We've got the whole engineering staff in here just going nuts trying to find a mic that a major will sound good on. I can't believe it. I never got this. Well, he does because he's a corporate guy. He's got a title. He's like Rick Weaver, the executive vice president of WIOD Sports.
Does that mean we don't?
Of course, if you ask them who the president of WIOD Sports is, they can't answer the question. How can you be a vice president without a president? Right?
I never thought of that.
Yeah. And Rick is the executive vice president of WIOD Sports.
Is he really?
Is that really Alan Burke's old mic? No. This is a new one. I understand the rumor is when you talk into that, it makes guttural sounds that get Don Johnson. Ooh, that sounded good.
That worked.
Yeah.
Hello, Don.
Sounds like hell.
Eugene Don Johnson.
Forget it. What was wrong with the other one? What? Well, he's not going to move. I mean, he's just sitting in the guest chair. He moves too much. Did you hear that? You may lose the job here today yet. You move too much.
I won't move anymore.
I mean, the guy's only been in the business for 30 years. He still doesn't know where the microphone is. What the hell can I do? He's from the Ernie Sochin School of Broadcasting. Did you hear Yelton out there? I think Yelton just lost it. Did you hear that? What is his story? I know, he heard us talking about
your whole show has just gone down the drain.
Hey, that's
Rogers.
okay. It's
I
Friday.
want you to know.
Now, that mic, forget it. Kyle is having a nervous breakdown. He said, get rid of it. Okay, while we're changing mics for Stan Major, we're going to pause for the news headlines. Michael Wolf is standing by all alone, I want you to know. Don't panic. World News from CBS upcoming at noon. We're going to sit in here and tinker with all this equipment, and we'll come back. We're not going to come back? We're thinking about coming back. Okay, don't go away, because you could be in for a big surprise.
Rogers.
Well, I'm telling you, I've got such a nervous stomach now. I'm ready to pass out right on the floor. I can't believe what's going on here.
That's the only reason I came in, so I could get out of here at noon.
Jack Berry.
Oh, okay.
But Jack
here's
is
my,
a little slow in getting with us
for
today.
Lauderdale Vice.
Oh, you got your cigars?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to see this now. Save this for
okay.
Monday.
All right. Okay.
Guy hasn't even officially started yet. Somebody already sent him a box of cigars.
No, I ordered them myself because I knew that the stinky cheap things you were smoking, I wasn't going to be able to live. So, no, I ordered them for myself.
I can't believe it. All these
Figuring I'd
engineers
give you half of them.
They don't even speak to me, but the guy comes in, from Phoenix. And right away they're running around the building with these $1,500 microphones and all kinds of fancy equipment. I can't believe it.
He was something corporate, wasn't he? I mean, was he a big honcho?
Oh, yeah.
Was he a big wheel?
Look out for him. I'm
really?
telling you. Look out.
Okay. Well, don't call his wife a douchebag like you called Mrs. Hawley.
He might hang you from the ceiling and make you do the show that way. Put the mic on the floor. Rick has been known to do that in fact, I think once he did it to Alan Burke. He nailed Alan's feet to the ceiling.
Is that what happened to Alan Burke?
Exactly.
I'm Alan Burke.
South Miami, hello. Does that mic sound okay, by the way?
Hello?
It does? Yes, sir.
With the sound effects?
Dan.
Yes.
Nice to hear you again. I remember you in 79.
I don't care.
Well, I called you up and called you a leprechaun.
You did?
Yep.
That's the cleanest thing I've been called in years, sir.
You know what you have for breakfast?
What did I have for breakfast?
Well, if you're a leprechaun, what do you have? Hearts, moons, stars, clovers, lucky charms.
Oh, is this one of your callers?
Is this the kind of thing? I'm never going to open up the phones. This is what I'm going to get.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
One of your cranks?
Out of the slide. He's calling on your show, buddy.
Get rid of him. Miami, hello. Nobody there? Click. Look at the phone. Why couldn't they just leave us alone? Why didn't you guys just leave us alone, okay? Everybody go away. Leave us alone. No, I'm serious.
Why don't you give out the
We were
new
doing
phone
great.
number?
We were doing great. And they're just like a bunch of nervous Nellies running around here, like we have Don Johnson in the building or something. It's just another
Really? Where?
flunky talk host here, that's all. Just everybody calm down. Man,
the newspapers are trying to
the
get
show's
to
going to hell in a handbasket. We were on a roll here. We were doing it. Weren't we?
No.
Oh. Okay, in Dade County, let's give those new numbers again, because look at that, we got a blank board.
I'm only going to be here for a few minutes, Neil, because I have to go move. I'm moving, so if there are any young ladies out there that want to help me.
Okay, in Dade County, 624-9400. Will you shut up already? Gee, shut his mic off, will you? 624-9400 in Dade, and in Broward, 524-9400. This is a record on this show. I've never seen that before in my life. That's what they've done to us. They're just totally destroying my show here today.
I have a copy of a good news.
Your mic is off.
Oh.
We're not going to turn your mic on again until you cut the crap, okay? Great.
The radio?
Okay, thank God the lines are flashing again. At least not everybody has turned it off. This is always our tough hour anyway, the noon hour. And the whole building is just going psychotic on me here now all of a sudden. They're just having a nervous breakdown.
I got to show you this. This is really good. Now, I know that it's Knight Ridder, but it's like between night and day, the difference between the Herald and the Inquirer.
Yeah, like the Free Press.
You like to read the talk show lineup there. That's the kind of thing they do every day in Philadelphia. Isn't that something?
Yeah, they got every show that's on the air.
Every show. They list every
the doctor, speaking about pets, housing and real estate with Russ Miller, Oh, boy.
Well, this is Saturday. Now keep in mind.
Bernard Meltzer. Gay Talk with Mark Siegel.
If I keep talking about Don Johnson, it's going to be Gay Talk with Stan.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That's all we need is another one. Miami Beach, hello.
Tattoo all the fat.
Hacienda Village, hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Uncle Neil.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, my hat's off to you. I can't believe it. You've done everything there is possibly there is to do, and now you have for your totally dedicated, honest, a living, breathing douchebag with you on the air. Thank you, Uncle Neil. Love you, buddy.
Your show, babe. These are not my callers.
We were doing so well.
You can blame me at 2 o'clock
We were doing
Monday.
so well until the engineers started coming in here. You know, that we were doing great.
You can't blame it on anybody.
Oh,
but
no.
yourself, Neil.
It's all them.
It's your own fault.
They're lost it here. I don't know what it is with them. They've just lost it.
Ever since they found
I mentioned IOD, and right away Yelton started going into cardiac arrest.
You were to Bayside, and ever since you mentioned that.
Davey, hello.
Yeah, Neil, what the hell are you doing with Al Rantel on your show there?
Listen, I like Al. Al's a nice guy.
Good. He's your type.
Yeah, hardly. Okay, good talking to you.
Bye.
Okay. What the hell are these calls anyway? Are these left over from Daffy's show? No, they're too young. Tamarack, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
I was listening to Wacky Joe Zagacki yesterday, and I'll tell you something. I think I'd rather hear somebody's fingernails on a blackboard than listening to that guy's voice.
Same difference, sir.
Oh, my God. And Rick Weaver, I heard that Joe Robbie had a cold and Rick Weaver sneezed. And Don Stoddard...
Wait a minute. It's a good thing that Joe didn't have an upset stomach.
Oh, my God. And Don Stoddard's going to be reviewing a current movie tomorrow. He's going to be doing Gone with the Wind. So that should be really good.
Well, frankly, I don't give a damn. How do you like that?
All right. Well, anyway, keep up the great work, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Boy, have you noticed the change even in the calls since before they put that mic in? It's like everybody has become psychotic at the same time. There must be an attack of some kind going on outside of the building, and we don't know about it.
I wonder if anybody knows where they're filming Miami Vice this weekend.
In Dade County, 624-9400. Got a couple of open lines. One in Dade, 624-9400, and one in Broward. See, that's the first time I did it. I knew I would do it. 524-9400. 524-9400 in Broward.
I really threw him for a loop for the first time since we've known each other. Now, we've known each other since what, 77?
Too long, yeah.
When we started with that
78
station in
78.
The old FAB building down there with the bullet holes in the front. And the water streaming down into the studio.
What was the loop that you threw me for? What was that, about Don Johnson?
Yeah, right.
No,
it's taken me a long time. All these years, all I've ever gotten out of you is just a little...
No, the more I think about it, it makes sense, because he looks like a woman. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
Hi, Stan.
Hello, my dear.
I have never heard your show before, but I am so looking forward to hearing you next.
Don't listen. Don't tune in.
Why?
No, don't tune in.
Oh, come on.
After Neil, you're going to be disappointed. Stan Major's going to be an anticlimax.
What can I say? I can't find any other channel on the... I'm committed to love.
All right. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to convince Neil to stick around as long as possible. Maybe he can do 8 hours a day. Okay?
Well, only if they have the track open till 4 in the morning, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to make arrangements with Calder not to open till 4 p.m.
Oh, that would be very convenient. See, we're feeling frivolous out here today. It's not psychosis. It's just weekend frivolity.
Is that it?
Neil.
Well, if that's the case, it's going to be a wild weekend, I'll tell you that.
That's so. Listen, I'm going to the West Coast. Can I get... of Florida. Can I get, your station over there? I know they're all apathetic and they have not contributed to so far, which I did.
Good.
With pride.
You can get it almost to Naples, but I'm not sure Fort Myers.
Yeah, we get calls from Fort Myers. At least we used to before we found out they were cheap.
So I'm going to be like Captiva, so that's Naples, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll get us.
Oh, thank God. I'll have the
Senegal
whole afternoon and I'll be just splitting my sides laughing.
I'm an authority on the West Coast, so ask me any questions you want.
And has Fruitcake ever spoken with Stan?
I hope, yeah, as a matter of fact, he called him in his hotel last night.
Did he really?
Yes.
What is he with that? He has contacts, does he?
Yeah.
Can he not be put away?
He's going to be put away.
Maybe he was the one that called before.
In a straitjacket.
Right. Well, I'm very excited. I'm having a wonderful time, Neil. You have restored adrenaline to my...
How excited are you?
Very excited.
I think you better lay down.
To go to Bayside.
You go to Bayside?
No, it's just pretty.
Okay, well, listen, have a great life.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Okay, now, is that mic not working right? Here comes a message, because Kyle is ready to have a nervous breakdown. He says, it sounds like
a barrel.
Crap. Okay. That's good enough for me.
All right.
First of all, look at this. It looks like they got a fishbowl. Look at that. They got some little thing piped in there.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I'm going to put this back where it was, get this the hell out of here, and just, you'll have to speak into the mic, okay? It's directional. That's all they had to say. That's all.
I will not move my head.
Good. That's all. We didn't need all this folderol, all this hysteria. Send Rick Edwards over to Tampa. They need him over there more than we do, right? Get him out of here.
Was Rick
here
when I was here
boy.
before?
Holy
Is that the Rick
cow.
who was here before?
He's been here since he was born.
Really?
Somebody, by the way, has got a horse for us at Calder today, and I'm really debating whether I should go out there or not.
Why did you come and help me move?
With my bad ribs?
Yeah, well, you can sit and watch.
No chance.
Oh, okay.
No
you
chance.
Can
I'm serious. I got a horse at Calder today.
You've got a horse at Calder.
See, there you go again.
What?
Well, that's not one of the good mics anyway, is it? Wait a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4. Why? I can't even turn and look at him when I'm talking.
What did they do?
Get them out of here. Neil Rogers is now exchanging microphones.
Is that okay?
No. The only thing I don't need to do is turn, right? Don't turn. You had a great show before I came in.
Boy, these engineers, man, I'm telling you, we're sitting here just tearing everything up, and they're just, we have a call from Fort Myers. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Neil. Can I speak to Stan?
I love Fort Myers. Are you really in Fort Myers?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Do you go shelling on the beach?
Listen, I'd like to ask you, you're confusing me. You really are.
Why?
I remember listening to you, when you were on WINZ the first time, and you say that you're in favor of the death penalty now. You were very anti-death penalty back then. You even went up to the prison, and I taped the whole show that you did there. What made you change?
No, you misconstrued that program. That program that I did out in front of, what's the name of the prison? Rayford. Was not an anti-death penalty program. It was simply a program that was an attempt to give people the flavor of what was happening outside the prison while Spinkalink was being fried inside.
And you're not being truthful.
I'm being absolutely truthful. I did not make a statement with that program.
And I talked to you off the air once, and you said you were very anti-death penalty, and you said it...
You got the wrong fellow.
No, I don't.
No. Sorry about that.
Changing.
No.
I got news for you. I have known the man for almost 10 years, and he's always been as militant to the right, death penalty, Nixon, Reagan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's something. I called him up off the air one time to talk about...
Look, it's very easy that you're talking about 7, 8 years ago. It's very easy to call in on this program and contend that you talked to me off the air and that I said something to you. I could make up stories about you too, my dear.
Yeah.
Okay? And you wouldn't believe the story. You wouldn't believe the things that you told me about your sex life when we discuss things off the air. I mean, I'm going to tell Neil and these thousands of people, okay?
Take it easy. See you soon, Bundy.
Yeah, hey, goodbye, man.
This guy's more power to you.
Just sort of calm her down a little bit, you know?
Put him in electric chair. Now we're gonna singe his hair. Fight, Bundy.
I hope you're getting sexual excitement from this, honey.
That voltage, heater speed. I'll bet hell that I squeal. Fight, Bundy.
Okay, we don't... Fruitcake is saying that he never called Stan last night. Boy.
Somebody called me.
Yeah.
Somebody called me and said they printed a newsletter. Now, I don't know.
Yeah. How do you like that? You moron? You twit? You twerp?
Do you let your carts recycle? Because if I come in here and sit down 2 o'clock and try to play a cart...
They're all recycled. The only ones that will not be recycled
We got that on tape now?
Ira Everett's are the only ones that are not recycled because I stopped them all in the middle because they were so bad.
All right.
Okay, 21 past noon at WINZ. Now that those pain-in-the-ass engineers are out and Stan is leaving, are they still there? The pain-in-the-ass engineers are still there? Tell them to go to lunch.
You can't talk about a corporate engineer like that.
Like I said, those pain-in-the-ass engineers... honest to God. I mean, they just panic city, you know, like, we got to hang one from the ceiling and, just relax. It's only a radio show.